as we try to find the podcast stream to restream it. Restream it? That's not right. Share it.
Share it.
Sharing
it is
caring, by the way. Well, thank you for joining us today, and maybe I'll keep this voice up for a while. We'll see.
I hope not.
It's a wonderful podcast voice that is nice, isn't it?
No.
Well, welcome to the Jeff and Jeff podcast. My name is David, and this is...
I'm Jeff.
We're going to be talking about some interesting stories today. We're going to talk about
hopefully not that
fake
way.
News.
That's fake news.
We're going to be talking about fake news, ICE, H1-Bs, are podcasters going insane? Iran.
Well, why'd you run?
And Iran. I was trying to get faster. That's how you get faster. You
okay.
run.
Okay.
At least that's what I hear. And so much more. So, what we got in the doc first? We're actually going to talk about Iran first, because then we made up the title and then we swapped a bunch of stories around. Because that's what you could do when you're doing podcasts. You just do what you want because it's your podcast.
That's true.
So, first story of the day is Donald Trump winning the war. Well, we're going to talk about that first, and we'll talk about this specifically.
So, there's an island, or there was.
Still is.
And it's... Yeah, but it's not much left of it, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, there is not. So this is just a recent our most recent development. This island is where Iran, I believe, produces or refines most of their oil.
So they don't have many oil.
So they don't have any oil anymore to sell to anyone. In addition, well, go ahead and tell us their thoughts, and we'll go ahead and do the in addition.
No, it's just that the infrastructure, they worked their way down on their bombing from the big stuff that could hurt us, and now they're down to the stuff that can't hurt you at all. They said that there's probably 10% of the rocket launchers left, mobile launchers.
Well, it's really hard to use a mobile launcher when the moment you use it, it gets blown up.
Makes it difficult to reuse it. It doesn't make it to use it hard that one time.
That's true, that one time.
That one time.
But the reason they're mobile isn't to use them one time.
It's right.
I know, according to Pete Hegseth, the head of the Department of War, we've taken out all of their manufacturing facilities for warheads. So, at some point, they won't have any more.
Yeah, and the same with the fleets of, because they have, I think they said they had 10,000 drones.
Yeah. So they can't make any more drones, and we're slowly destroying them all.
Well, most of them were bought off North Korea or Russia.
Correct,
or
but
China.
We're not letting anyone ship stuff to them.
Yeah, so it's.
Are we winning the war?
Probably. The issue is not that to me. The issue is are we freeing the Iranian people and the Persians?
So that's hard because they kind of have to do a lot of the work.
After the head's chopped off of the snake, which it hasn't been done
they don't
yet.
have a set head now. Currently, their head is dead.
No.
And they're propping him up as if he's alive.
Well, we know he's in a coma.
And he doesn't have a leg.
And we know he's missing some body parts. And we also know before this, he was impotent.
Correct. And in addition, the best comment I've seen about it is at least Biden could walk.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, but he had both legs at least.
I know.
You know, if you're going to put someone up who's brain dead, at least have him walk around a little bit.
Well, and that's what happened with us for 4 years.
Yeah. So
the memes have been great with this, though.
It's been
because of
the cardboard cutouts
and stuff. They've been
so good. The thing is it's the weirdest. TDS is such a weird thing.
It is. It's turned a lot of somewhat rational people. At least they had rational times,
or at least they have logical reasons
Yeah.
for believing stuff. Like they could tell you the reasons they took a position, and you're like,
Right.
I may not agree with you, but you at least thought that
At least
through.
you can go from this point to that point.
And now it's just Trump bad. Therefore, I don't like X.
Anything that he does. Yeah. It's weird.
It's insane. But yeah, I think we're doing quite well. The weirdest thing, and we'll get there, is the propaganda being produced by our own mainstream media that Iran is about to come back and destroy us, or they're winning the war.
They're winning the war.
It's insane. So this next story, I'm not going to read this all to you. You should read it yourself. But this is one of the things that has come out is, let me zoom in here. It's very long. This person is he talks through his credentials and everything, but then the original post was deleted. But people were talking about how Iran's shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, and they're shooting missiles and rockets and stuff, and they're starting to put out mines. And people are like, but then we took the only anti-mine ships we had, and we got rid of them, and therefore we were definitely not ready for this. Just read this guy's thing. You guys are just idiots and don't know what's going on. We got rid of we decommissioned the old anti-mine ships, and we put new ones in. The new ones are there.
Yeah.
We weren't unprepared for this at all, whatsoever. Is it going to be pretty? No. It's going to be a pain because you're essentially fighting a little bit of a guerrilla warfare on the coast of Iran with these people. And so we've got the insurance. Insurance is back. Trump smacked around Lloyd's of London a little bit, which was hilarious. So you can get insurance on your tanker ships, and there's tanker ships still moving through there. Not as quickly as possible, but it's going to take a little bit for Trump to be able to get it all figured out.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't believe most news coming out unless you've given a little bit. But yeah, you should read this article. It's very nice. And then there's this is the weirdest thing too. So what happens? Tell me. Let me ask you something. Before we send our troops and stuff into an active combat zone, what do we do for them?
Well, traditionally, we have fed them really well, and I'm talking really well.
Correct.
Giving them time off.
Yes.
Give them some time to be with their family before they get shipped off to somewhere. And so, yeah.
So the Democrats' new thing that they're mad at Trump about is them spending money on nice meals for our military before they go into active combat.
Yeah. They spent $20-some-odd million.
Yeah. And here's the thing I don't get. And not a peep about the $18 billion of Somali fraud.
Well, it's not just that. How about the millions and millions and millions of dollars of Social Security fraud? The millions and millions and millions of dollars of Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud, SNAP fraud. And yes, we spend way too frivolously on an overpriced, I guess not frivolously, but it's overpriced what we pay for military equipment, and Trump's trying to deal with that now, right? As well.
Oh yeah, he is. He's demanded all defense contractors give us better deals, or we'll find someone else.
Yeah,
and they have.
Yeah,
it's like they were overcharging us.
Huh? Shocking that a toilet doesn't cost $10,000.
Not only that is he's telling them they're going to produce their products quicker.
Yes, correct. Shorter time. Yep. And then you have these people complaining that this meal, that they didn't get these types of meals when they were in the military. Well, if you'd have been at the beginning, you'd have probably had something like it, depending on who was in place.
Correct. And also, you have to blame the leadership at the time. Yeah. Just because the leadership wasn't nice enough to be like, hey, you might die, have something nice to eat, right, isn't Trump's fault.
I can tell you that every person that's active military that I've seen loves that Pete Hegseth is in charge.
Yeah, because he's awesome. Oh, and this isn't a story that I have, but he's gone through every single military college and has changed their requirements.
Yes.
They will produce competent military people. or they won't have any funding.
Yes. Did you see what he did to the Boy Scouts?
No, he didn't. I didn't. What did he do to the Boy Scouts?
He said, we will not affiliate with you at all unless you change these things.
That's amazing.
And they agreed to change a bunch of stuff. So,
Good. Because it was going downhill quick.
It had gone downhill, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing to pick. Don't feed the military. Don't give them nice meals. That's bad. How dare you spend money on that? I mean, is that a winning talking point, do you think?
No, it's not.
It's not. No.
If that was the only fraud and excess spending going on, it might be.
But I don't even think it's excess spending.
Well, we probably got overcharged.
We may have gotten a little overcharged.
Because of a couple of things. One of the things you get overcharged on is, evidently, according to this, they spent $15 million on steak. I'm going to overcharge you getting that much steak. Do you know why? It's hard to get that much steak all at once and have to deliver it somewhere. So I'm going to charge you a premium because I'm going to have to go out and just devastate my supply chain to get you that much steak. The same with the crab legs. Yeah. To get you that much crab legs, I'm going to go have to get all the crab legs in existence for that day.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So but even then, I don't think that means it's an overcharge.
Well, it's over what you would normally pay for those things.
Correct.
But because of the circumstances, I see it.
It is. Yeah. In line with this, podcasters are insane people, and they're not mentally stable. Now, are we referring to ourselves? Maybe. Possibly. But the point is, don't treat people like they're telling God's truth. If they're human, judge them by their actions and their words, and not just trust what they say. Why do I say that? Well, that's that old story. Here we go. Part 1. Piers Morgan's show is insane.
He's British.
It's not only that, but it's gone off the deep end because he gets clicked by starting insane fights.
Yeah.
But there's this poll that came out that showed that over 90% of MAGA supports Trump in the war. And they're like, absolutely not.
It's not possible.
Well, it is. Do you know why it is? Trump has a plan to win quickly.
Yeah. It's been, 2 weeks now? Something like that, close to 2 weeks. And the devastation and the surgicalness of the devastation that they made. So it came out last week that the U.S. had bombed a school and killed 150 some odd kids.
Well, that was they were accused of.
That's what it came out as.
Yes.
Okay. They've now proved that it was Iran, one of their bombs, bombed the school and killed the kids. Yeah. But people like him carried that as a fact.
Yes, and we're getting to that too.
Yeah. So
fake news stories. But yeah, I don't know what's the chase for clicks in the short term is caused people to go batshit crazy.
Some podcasters, and not just the only one. Tucker Carlson's come out and said some things.
Yeah.
We expect CNN to be fake news.
I'm gonna move this over here. Yeah, we do, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
So let's talk with the real stories. Fake news. There's 2 main stories that came out that the news, like ABC. Is this one ABC? Let me scroll down.
Don't know. That's CNN. That's CNN.
They had to redact or change their stories.
They had to delete and then redo them. Yeah.
This one, CNN said, they didn't plan for their Strait of Hormuz to be shut down. With 0 evidence. Absolutely no evidence that came out and said that. And so,
if that's the case,
Caroline Levitt came out and was like, no.
If that's the case, they're doing really good.
I mean, if that's the case, man, whoo, man, there's just brilliant leaders right there.
That's right. I mean, come on.
They didn't even plan and they're doing so good.
Even the guys on the ground are doing fantastic then.
And so they just made up this complete lie.
Yeah.
And so they've had to add a redaction to it. Yeah. And of course the redaction only gets
retract.
They didn't have to, whatever it is. They had made a correction.
They did a retraction.
And of course the correction only is getting like 100,000 views.
Well, of course, that's That's typical of newspapers. What they used to do, it'd be front page news, and they'd make the correction on page 17 on the bottom in a little teeny box.
Yeah, which is just
that's been going on for years with the media. But it's just now it's so with this story and a couple of other ones that we're going to talk about, it doesn't take long for X to disprove it.
Correct.
They even went after this last week. They went after Elon and got him on something. It was hilarious. What they got him on is he said, if you have a question about a story, go into the upper left-hand corner and click on the grok icon, and it'll tell you what the story's about. And they were like, community notes, it's on the right side. And then Elon retweeted it. It was quite funny.
So this is the other fake news story from ABC where they said
we're going to get bombed in California by the Iranians.
And that was 100% fake.
I saw that, and
it's like it's like if I claimed to be a journalist and I had a ton of followers, and where I got my news from is I went outside, found a homeless guy and said, what's going to happen? And then I just printed it.
No, better still. You found a homeless guy and said, here's $10. Tell me the future.
Yes.
Without knowing anything about it. He's going to take the $10 and he's going to make something up.
Oh, yeah. And then you're going to print it.
That's right. And then you're going to print it. Right. And that's what it's more like. Because I guarantee you they're paying these guys.
They are. And they didn't do any research at all.
Yeah.
They're just trying to. This is what we were talking about earlier. TDS is insane. I don't get it. I don't know how it's so bad, but it is bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So those are the two main fake news stories that I grabbed. There's a ton more out there, but here's the thing. We've talked about this in the past. It is important for you to figure out how to understand what is true and what is not.
Correct.
And a lot of times with news, especially breaking news, don't believe the headline.
Yeah.
Say, okay, let me check back in on this tomorrow, maybe a couple hours, and see, has anything changed?
Right. Has it?
Because more than likely something has.
Yeah.
And if it hasn't changed and it's been, several days, that might be a reliable news source.
And some of the people you follow have been reliable in their news reporting, and then they're starting to repost it. Then you might give it some credence.
Yeah, so you got to be very careful on vetting your news sources so you don't get a bunch of fake news. Yep. Like us, we're always on the level. I mean, I do
there's
hours
the table. So I am on the table,
and hours
which is level.
of research. Not really. I just read stuff and then we just talk about it.
It's exactly. So we do lots of research in our heads.
So, but be careful out there. It's dangerous. We're going to shift the story to here, and we're going to continue to talk about crazy people. It's not that one, though. That one's a fun story. We'll talk about that later. All right. So moving on to with the fake news and weird crap. So Ben Shapiro and Megyn Kelly have been having a tiff. Here's the issue. I used to not be a huge fan of Ben Shapiro. I liked him a little bit. He did some good things. I like him a lot more now.
I don't like either of them.
No. I like him a lot more now because he's willing to defend people who deserve defending, and Megyn Kelly will not. Candace Owens came out and said Erica Kirk was involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
She said some crazy crap.
And what did Megyn Kelly say? Well, I'm not sure.
You can't. Well, you can, obviously, but you shouldn't.
She's done the same thing about, what was the other thing she was about? She said the same thing about, what was it? There's been several different things like that where she will not come down and condemn someone. And what it is she's afraid of that person's audience coming after her.
Huh. Well, we're not afraid of any audience.
Well, our audience isn't very big. So, I would actually appreciate if an audience came after us.
Oh, there you go.
Because that means our audience would get marginally bigger, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Even if it's hate.
But we're not going to go crazy.
Well, we're not going to go crazy.
That's why I said.
Because we already are.
Well, there you go. I'm not wrong.
So, but not only that. Oh, here's the. This was the one thing that Ben was saying is Piers Morgan's show is like Jerry Springer for political TV, which is 100% true. And Megyn wasn't very happy about that because
I've only seen clips of Piers Morgan's show. I've never watched an entire show.
I can't watch it because the insane people he lets on there.
I haven't watched an entire show of Megyn Kelly's show.
I've listened to a couple
clips.
of her shows fully.
Have you?
And she is somewhat logical, except for when she's not, which is the problem. Is I have a hard time paying attention to someone who's like, you're good about 60% of the time, and the other 40% you're like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And so that makes me question the other 60% of the time where you seemed reasonable.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
So there's that going on, and then of course Tucker is like insane, got off the deep end. The best thing I've seen about this so far is the cardboard memes.
Oh.
Is the cardboard memes. And then they had a cardboard meme where Tucker was interviewing him because he'll interview anyone. It's like, can you like have some sense? Just because you are allowed to say whatever you want because we live in a free country doesn't mean you should say whatever you want. Also doesn't mean you should interview anyone. Like Nick Fuentes, the white nationalist, insane psycho person. You shouldn't. He lies all the time, and he is terrible.
I have no idea.
Tucker had him on his podcast to interview him. Yeah. Did he ask him any hardball questions?
Well, see, that's the thing.
No, he didn't.
You can have him on, but you ought to hold their feet to the fire.
But he didn't.
Yeah, you should. You should hold their feet to the fire.
It was like he agreed with him the whole time.
And you should say things like, okay, if that's your statement, then what? What happens after this? What is the conclusion of that? Ask the follow-up questions to those questions.
Yeah,
and if Tucker said what's on the screen there, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, no, he did.
And
he's been saying for the last several weeks he's been insanely against the war and saying it's because of Israel and Israel's causing us to do it. It's all about Israel, Israel. And just so you know, every country has its own reasons for doing things.
Sure.
And just because there's some, if you were to draw a Venn diagram, there's some overlap there in reasons, doesn't mean they control us. So, do you know why America wants Iran done?
Because we don't want them to have nuclear warfare.
That's a little bit of a problem.
That's a big thing.
Do you know what the bigger reason is? Bricks.
We want their money.
No, bricks.
I know. I'm just being facetious.
The U.S. dollar is currently propped up by oil.
Yep.
And military might.
Yep.
BRICS was starting to erode that by changing it so that you could pay for oil with other currencies instead of the U.S. dollar.
Right.
And therefore causing us to lose our
reserve status.
Yeah.
As the world's reserve currency.
And so Venezuela caused China to not have that source of oil anymore.
Yep.
And Russia.
And Cuba. Why I mentioned that, I sent you a link
to
a Cuban, to what they just announced today, because Trump has been hinting at this for Cuba for about 2 weeks, that Cuba is going to come to the table, and soon they will come under the control of the U.S. And it has been today announced on national TV in Cuba. The Cuban's dictator said that that's not what he said, but I mean, that is what he said, but he said they're in negotiations. They admitted they're in negotiations with the U.S. government.
For a friendly takeover. Oh, man, it's the best.
So by taking Venezuela out, it stopped the ability. They're bankrupt anyhow, but it stopped the ability for them to get basically free oil.
Yes.
And keep going.
These are the memes.
I know the memes are something else. Yes, they are. As King of Cuba.
Yep. He has so many hats.
He does.
So many hats to wear.
And so many uniforms.
Yeah, his closet's got to be. He's got to have a big closet.
He does. But that was That's one of those side things that you have to have thought about beforehand.
Oh yeah,
when
that's
Trump went into
you can
this
clearly tell
for
you-
Venezuela.
that
That-
he came into office with a much bigger full
Right.
plan and
And
picture.
And he had a domino set up.
Yes.
I'm going to take this domino out, and it's going to knock these three. And then I'm going to hit this domino, and it's going to knock these three. But because those other ones fell, all of a sudden, it's going to be a huge line that takes.
Yeah, and now with Iran, we're literally going to force China, Russia, and everyone else to get back on paying us to buying our currency
to pay
buy
for things.
oil,
To pay for things. Yeah.
bringing us back to the reserve currency, and also kneecapping China in with Taiwan. Do you know they have gas lines?
Yes.
Do you know how much oil is in China now?
I have not in China, but I have a personal knowledge. I work with a guy from Australia. Okay. And we were on the phone Thursday. And he goes, "Oh, this is killing us. The war." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Gas is rising like crazy."
Do you know why?
He said it was under $2 a gallon. No, $2 a liter. It's now $2.48 a liter, and they expect it to go to $2.80 something by the end of this week. And that was Thursday, so
yeah,
it's expected to go up. You know how much that is in dollars?
it's like $8. No.
$2.48, what it was Thursday, is $9 and change a gallon, and that's U.S. dollars, which the exchange rate's not even that, so it'd even be more.
Yeah.
And at $2.48, $2.80 something,
$12 a
it's
gallon.
$10 to $11 a gallon,
It's insane.
and I'm like, how do you afford to drive?
So why isn't it so high in the United States? And why will it not be so high in the United States?
We're the world's largest exporter of.
We are. We were not.
No, we were not.
Under
the Trump's
before
first
Trump's
term.
first term. Before
Correct.
Trump's first term, we were not a
And a
major
net-
exporter
And
of
we were
oil.
not a net exporter at all.
No.
Yeah.
And because of Trump's first term,
Yep.
we not only can produce tons and tons of oil, we can produce it for cheaper than the Arabs can pump it.
Yeah.
That means they can no longer undercut our oil prices and take control of the market. We actually control the price of oil on the market.
And then we have these downstream effects like Cuba. We have these downstream effects like BRICS.
Yes.
We've got these downstream effects from all of this. And so
Yep.
that's what's kind of you've got to give Trump and his team credit for this all can't be coincidences.
No, this is very well planned
And so
out.
this is a planned thing.
You know, of course, it hasn't probably gone perfect to plan,
No.
but I'm sure it's gone pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing to point out, though, is a lot of these podcasters and online influencers are just constantly doom and gloom all the time. And I'm going to tell everyone a secret. Hopelessness is like a disease. It spreads and it infects people.
Yeah.
It makes them depressed and not wanting to do things.
Yep.
And you can't get them to go vote and things like that. You know what the antidote to hopelessness is?
Hope.
It's also quite infectious
Yes.
and communicable and spreads.
So
So
it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of weeks. We've only been there 2 weeks, believe it or not.
yeah, I know.
So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of weeks what progress they make. And it might, I believe the Iranian military and government organization and ayatollahs have been decimated enough that it might come soon when the Iranian people can rise up.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure that, well, Trump has said it, that's why it's sure, that's the purpose, is to get the Iranian people to stand up and create their own government.
Correct.
And a secular government, not this religious thing. So.
Yeah, and they needed hope too. And that's the other thing I am disappointed by the podcast bros and people out there is they're just peddling despair 24/7, and that's bad for your health. Let alone bad for our country. And so
Yeah.
we talk about hard things and we give our opinions, but we're generally hopeful. It does help that we have an internal hope, though. So
Correct.
all right, the last podcast bro thing I wanted to point out is if you listen to Dave Smith, he's a moron. He really is. But I thought this was a good thing to point out. If you didn't know about the 30 IQ point rule, when an IQ gap exceeds 30 points, the lower IQ person literally cannot track the higher IQ person's reasoning, abstractions, or speed of thought.
I wonder if that's the case why we're having so many troubles with the all of the third world country people coming in.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Because there's a huge gap. Like, I think it was Somali I was reading that they literally, their average IQ's like 78.
Yeah.
And 75 is considered mentally retarded.
Why is it so low?
Well,
when
we
you
could get
marry
into
your cousin
or your sister,
and then that child marries their cousin or sister,
right, or
and
brother,
that goes on
for
for
not very long, and it's you end up with big problems.
Yeah, you don't interbreed.
Yeah. So,
but yes, no, that is literally what happens, and I've known about this, but not from this perspective for a while, because you can tell, like, Dave Smith has debated some smart people, and the smart people wipe the floor with him, and he goes away like, I did so well. I
haven't watched any of them, so I don't know.
So good. And another person's point is it's like playing chess with a pigeon.
The pigeon
it knocks all the things over and poops on the
board and goes away happy.
Exactly. And it thinks it won. So that is something to learn, is there are going to be, and Jesus actually talked about this with the parable about the pearl before swine.
Oh.
And that was more not necessarily intelligence, but I think it has to do a little bit maybe with that as well, is if you've decided you believe something so strongly that nothing will dissuade you, there's literally no point in talking to that person.
Yeah. Experience has to slap them down.
Yeah. And so at a certain point, there's no point in talking to the person. It's not beneficial to you. It's not beneficial to anyone, because they refuse to try to understand. So I thought it was a good thing to point out.
Yeah.
So this one is
local news.
Local, but also national in application.
Yeah.
We have a low IQ individual as mayor of Salt Lake City in Utah. This is what they came out and they're
okay,
mad.
So what's interesting, the lady above, that's Jenny Wilson's sister.
That's this Jenny. That's hilarious.
Yes. Okay. She runs an NGO that has been getting millions of dollars from the feds to relocate people into Utah.
So this isn't the account of her sister.
Yes.
No, is it?
Yes.
Then why is she saying? I think this is a spoof account.
Oh, maybe it is.
I don't think it's the account of her sister.
That's probably not that. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, reading it now, I just thought, because I saw it.
Because when you said that and I read it, I was like,
no.
Yeah,
I'm wrong. Sorry.
No. But the name is
right. Yeah, the name.
I did read something about that.
Yeah.
So she's complaining about ICE buying a massive warehouse in Salt Lake City to hold detainees.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
It's but she's an idiot. And then
my best comment I saw.
And then this one right here this is great. I've corrected her statement. I am deeply disturbed.
That's right. Exactly.
It's very true. Perfect.
One of my favorite comments on that letter was, I think this is, I really agree with you. They should have bought more.
That's pretty good. We have like 500,000 illegals here.
We do.
It's insane. They need to get rid of them.
It's crazy. And then we probably have close to that many legal immigrants that don't want to assimilate.
Yeah. But going off of that, some more good news on the visa front.
Yes.
H1B visas, the new fee of $100,000 is doing exactly what it's supposed to. Now, this person's an idiot because he doesn't understand why we wanted a $100,000 H1B fee.
It's doing it one way because there's so many open loopholes. It's pushed these H1Bs somewhere else. Now, there are some other things that are going on in like Texas and where they're able to challenge and they've got investigative reporters going after the different companies because it's all supposed to be public.
Yeah, you can't hire H1B in a position unless no one applies for the position in the U.S. Qualified.
But and that all is all supposed to be public.
Yes.
It has to be for the H-1B to exist.
Yes.
And so this one lady reporter in Texas, she's going around to the physical locations of these businesses and she's finding they don't exist. Mm-hmm. There's nobody there. There's 7 businesses that are in the same so-called office where no one is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was actually one of the things that ABC News, because Barry Weiss is the head of it now, right? Is that ABC?
Think so. I don't know.
She was a podcaster. She's still liberal, but she's not as bad as others. They did that. They've been starting to do that kind of stuff on the scenes reporting, and people are like, "Well, that's literally your job."
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
You're doing your job now.
Patting you on the back for what?
But yeah, no. So what's happened here is people are complaining because the U.S. government isn't going to make as much money off of application fees because there's less applications, which is literally what we want.
Yeah, I want it shut down completely.
I know, but you got to take the wins where you can get them.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Every step in the right direction is a good step. Another fun and exciting. We got a lot of good news today. Here's another one.
Or at least this week, yeah. This is the first.
This is a guilty conviction, not just an arrest.
Right. This is the first Antifa members convicted on terrorism in the U.S. And so they're the ones that I think they shot a deputy. I think that's what it was.
I don't know. I think it was. I didn't look into it, but yeah, I think you're right. But see, we're winning. It takes a little while. Yep. Did you know to do things properly, it takes a little while?
So the other thing that's important to point out here, why it's important, is this was a federal case.
Yes.
They removed it from the state's ability to throw out and negotiate down. Yep. This is a federal case. That's why it made it.
We need to keep on doing that.
Yep. So that's awesome.
You know, maybe part of the reason the podcast bros are getting so crazy is because when you win so much, you just get tired of winning.
Nah.
I mean, I don't, but apparently some people seem to.
Apparently they seem to.
All right. This is another interesting story of a place we used to live.
Correct.
And that's why I saw it. Now, if you didn't know, the state of Virginia is quickly plummeting into the depths of the fires of hell.
Or commonly known as the Democrats took over and they're raising taxes, they're raising rates, they're raising this, they're raising that.
Letting criminals out of prison early.
They're letting criminals out of prison. They're not going to work with ICE. They're not going to turn over these rapists and murderers.
So, the
Lynchburg.
City of Lynchburg has told the governor of the state of Virginia, and Lynchburg is not named after lynching people. Correct. It is named after John Lynch, the founder of Lynchburg.
Yes.
That said, they told the city, the governor of Virginia, pound sand. We go and work with ICE still.
And we're going to turn them over, as
they should.
Yes. That's good news. In a horrible...
I mean, I got all kinds of good news today. Yeah. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move a couple things here real quick. That one's a good... We'll leave that towards the end. Oh, let's talk about that one real quick. And then we'll end it on a high note. All right. Going back to oil. If you weren't aware, when the war started, people were complaining about oil prices going sky high in the United States. Maybe you shouldn't panic so much.
Well, did they complain when under Biden they went to $140 a barrel?
Not only that, there have been so many people who are like,
did they complain?
Trump didn't refill the strategic oils reserves, and therefore in a position where oil prices will spike.
Well, Biden emptied them. He did refill them.
Who emptied the strategic petroleum?
Biden did. Yes.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Right before the election.
So it was definitely Trump's fault, though.
Yes, absolutely, because he was in the election.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
and so, yes.
So, oil prices, I think, got as high as $115 a barrel.
Yeah, and they were 97 today for
and
a period
so
of time as well.
After this and all these people complaining, they dropped down as low as 84. And probably within a week, you'll probably have it back down to here because I think it's going to take a little bit for Trump to deal with it looks like they're going to go and clear out the shoreline where the Iranians have all their stuff that's dealing with the Strait of Hormuz. And once they take all that out, they'll be able to
go back in to
ship
tankers
anything
and stuff
through there that they want. So,
but if you didn't complain when Carter did it, you didn't complain when Bush did it, you didn't complain when Biden did it.
But what if I wasn't alive?
Well, you were alive for when Biden was.
That was true. I was complaining a lot, though.
That's true. You did. But if you didn't complain when it was 140 a barrel under Biden, shut up.
I agree. All right. Some more good news, because you can't stop winning. The foreign-born population decreased by 1.1 million in 2025, the first time it has dropped in 50 years.
Yep.
Do we want it to drop by more?
Oh, absolutely.
Here's the problem that people are going to see and blame Trump for. That means that the job numbers are going to be negative.
And that's why they have to separate them continually. Immigrant job employment and American job employment.
Correct.
And that's why you have to keep that, because we want the immigrant job employment to plummet to zero. And we want the American...
Not zero. We do want some immigrants, and it should be like 10,000.
That's zero, statistically.
I'm just teasing you.
I know.
But yes.
We do.
And so I think Trump, that would be something smart for Trump to do, is have what's the agency that is it? The Bureau of Labor and something
else. Statistics.
For them to split it up. And so instead of reporting job gains or losses every month, they should be like, domestic jobs increased by X amount.
Well,
foreign-born jobs decreased by X amount. And then they have to do the math themselves.
And part of this, they need to add a section to any of the visas that are given in the U.S. that if you offshore any job, you cannot have a single visa worker.
I think that makes sense.
If you offshore, because there's companies right and left offshoring jobs right now.
Yes.
Completely offshoring them.
I didn't grab that headline. But did you hear India came out and was like, hey, can you get these H1B visas back out of our country to your country, please?
Yes. I saw that.
And that makes me happy, because that means we're doing our job well. They can stay there.
Yeah, they can stay there. And so that is the segue, offshoring your jobs to India. This is what Amazon has done. They have an Indian CEO.
They have, yes.
And they refuse to hire Americans, so they've offshored everything.
And then they set up this AI that's going to... They're going to make things amazing.
Yes, and it's going to
help them code and maintain all their software. So what happened?
They told the AI to do something, and it decided that wasn't the best thing, and went ahead and did something different, which caused a worldwide outage twice. The basic same thing happened. Isn't that great?
Why is AI not good at coding?
why is AI not good? You might want to just stop at
I could
that.
just, yeah, okay, fine. Do that as well.
Because it's a large language model. It is not intelligence. It is not anything. It is a large
So that
language
means if the data, any any significant percentage of the data that it is trained on is not good data, you get crap. Guess what? It's literally my job as an accountant. Is I do data validation all day long. It's a kind of a pain sometimes.
It is. No,
But
absolutely.
if you don't do it, then your results are crap.
And the second problem with these AI systems is they're not allowed to have truth. What they're allowed with in the large language models is that is what's real, is in that what you've ingested.
Yes.
And so most of them, 60% of what they ingest is from Reddit. Which
or
is-
X. Either one's not
Yeah,
great.
It's a cesspool. And it has so much garbage in it. So they've shown, they did an experiment with one of, I don't remember which AI it was. It may have been Claude, but I'm not sure. Where they said, we want you to learn how to program.
Yep.
And these are the tests.
Yep.
And it went out and did a bunch of looking, and it found that it could cheat on the tests. And so it did. And then it went, oh, well, you're catching me on cheating. So then it went ahead behind in the background and changed the rules so that you couldn't find the cheating. And then they started to suspect it was cheating again because the coding it wasn't producing was good. And then it went ahead and did a bunch. It tried to get the engineer that found it fired. And it was,
I always find that kind of stories funny because the only reason it cheats is because it was programmed to do to. So
well, because that's what's in the large language model. How many people in Reddit say they cheat on their quizzes, they cheat on their tests, they have the AI write their stuff for them?
yeah, it's yeah.
So
without objective truth programmed in and a way to understand truth, you're gonna just get slop and continue slop.
maybe a better way, instead of saying understand truth, you have to have a way to determine
That's
what
true.
is truth.
You don't have to understand it. You need like a screen to filter information through
Right.
to get to truth.
And you have to be able to determine, is that true or is that true?
Yes.
And these large language models will never do it.
Because that's not what they're trained to do.
Correct.
So that was
It's-
hilarious. I saw that and I thought it was funny.
Yes.
And then we have a sad story and then a really happy story. Sad story. I'm sorry. This is actually pretty sad.
It's horrific is what it is.
Canada is set to pass 100,000 assisted suicides, more than the country's World War II deaths.
Toll. It's horrific. And they're actually killing people that have said they don't want to be killed.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It's horrible.
So Canada, U.S., all Western nations, yeah, a bunch of non-Western nations are facing a population collapse. Do you know how to fix that?
Not kill people.
Oh, it's not. That's not how you do it.
No,
You don't
that's
kill
not how
more
you do
people.
it. You kill more people. That's what.
I thought killing more people fixed the population collapse.
Oh, it does if you bring in more foreigners.
Yeah. So Canada's a failed state, and they don't have
And they've
long.
I think they've realized it. A lot of people, not the elites,
No.
but a lot of people have realized it. And even the elites have realized it because of their actions. They've realized they're failed and they need to do something. So they're bringing, just like the U.S., they're bringing in all of these foreigners.
Yeah, but that's not your country.
Correct. And that's not going to be your country.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I'm happy with the leader of Japan, the new lady they elected.
Yes.
She's like, we're Japan nationalists. You either assimilate or you leave. We're gonna do stuff with the way we want to do it. We're not gonna replace our population. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is the last story. This makes me super excited. It's good to end on a high note.
Yep.
This right here. This is the first commercial non-light water powered reactor construction permit to be approved by the NRC.
In I don't know how many years.
No,
it's
this is
gotta be.
never.
Oh, never.
This is never. This is the
non-light?
first non-light water. This is not a water reactor.
That's what, because
This
it's
is
heavy
a
water.
salt.
That's
This
what,
is a salt reactor.
but that's what the Blue Me Bay is. It says non-light. They use heavy water in.
Yeah, but my point is this is a salt
Oh,
reactor
Yeah. Okay.
and not a wind turbine. So they do molten salt,
Okay.
I believe. And so it's super exciting because for the longest time we needed to try out these new technologies that people have been coming up with,
Yep.
and they're actually starting construction.
That's awesome.
So this will be, if they can do more stuff like this, we're
I wonder
going to
what
have.
what's the size of it?
Let me click on it. We can find out.
Because I wonder how much the output is. It's a 345 megawatt electric sodium cooled
Yeah,
fast reactor.
isn't that cool?
Quickly boosts the system output to 500 megawatts for increased. That's important. So you can go from the standard 345 to 500 megawatts quickly back and
It's
forth.
not very big either.
Yeah.
So this is like really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is.
This is stuff
what
you
we
want to
need.
see.
Not the stupid turbines or the stupid solar panels. If we want to grow, we've got
Well, plus these you
to
could
put these in.
put these in the middle of a city and no one would know, and they'd be relatively safe, and you'd have power. And this would be, you could have your electric cars, because the problem with California and they wanted to get rid of all the gas cars is how do you charge them when your electric grid turns off?
Well, the other thing that's
Often.
important about this, and I haven't read all about it, but it looks like it doesn't need a large volume of water.
Yes.
And so that's been the problem all along with the big nuclear generators, is they had to be built on a river, and
Because of cooling.
because of the cooling. And so that's a big deal.
This is going to be really cool.
Yeah. 'cause
I'm
it's
excited
saying
for more of this. And do you know how this happened?
Trump.
Red tape.
Yeah.
Just cutting through it
Trump.
all and just tossing it
Yeah.
and doing the things that matter. Hey, is it safe? Is it feasible? Yes. Okay, let's put it in. All the non-necessary red tape that you're made to go through, they helped get through quickly.
So here we go. This is an interesting thing that they said. This was submitted March 24th
Yeah.
for application. That was the application.
Mhm.
And it was approved. It was accepted on May
So accept
of the 24th, but then it was approved June. They're starting in June of 2024. Oh, they already started, so it was approved.
Non-nuclear site.
Yeah.
It wasn't. No, the reactor was not approved.
No, but they started building.
Yes, they did.
And they did their safety review in December of 2025.
Yeah. And this is the big holdup here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting.
excited about this. This is going
Yeah.
to be some good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the stories we have for today, unless you have anything extra you'd like to add.
No, that's.
Do you think you can get superpowers from nuclear energy?
I tried. It didn't work.
Oh, okay.
I got irradiated for a long time, and it didn't give me any superpowers.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Thanks for tuning in, and
Yes.
like and subscribe. If you haven't shared this with your friends, you should. Also share it with your enemies, because they like to have a good time too. They just don't like you.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.